there were little rods that people
You
do that. It's like a tuning fork, and you ding it, and it gives you a vibrating sensation.
You've changed, Josh. You've changed.
Not me.
It's time for either or.
You take it and then you just go like this.
Ding. Yeah.
Fail to find the humor.
$1 million, but when you climax,
Oh god.
Whoa.
I can't believe we're taking it to this level.
you barf in your mouth.
Yeah, I probably would.
I probably
All right,
would.
ladies, be warned. Brett may puke on you.
He's not getting this offer right now. This is a scenario.
No, this is based on things that will never happen, right?
All right,
Or-
let's
okay.
do it right now.
What?
Let's use this
Go
scenario.
ahead.
Let's do it right
Now.
now. A portable system. Battery consumption is definitely
It's not
something
a
you have to
portable
address.
system.
It
It's
is a portable
it's
system.
It's a console hybrid, okay?
It's portable.
A portable system is a PSP. You're meant to take it with you when you need to take a shit. That's about it.
No, that's not about it. People
Where else you gonna
travel
go with
with
it?
it on the airplane.
Oh, and how long's a fucking airplane ride? They got an outlet
well,
on
I
an
don't know.
airplane?
You're going to Indiana to LA. How long is it, Josh and Alex?
6
4
hours.
hours.
4 to 6 hours.
Exactly.
Oh, wow. Look at that Switch battery lasting almost 6 hours.
Oh,
What do
if
you
it's
know?
charged when you go.
Well, who's going to leave with it half dead?
Well, I don't know. Somebody who
Irresponsible
forgets to
people.
charge it.
Well, then don't fucking forget. I don't like the big, thick ones like that
The
because they...
reason for this is so I can carry everything with it. Right there, it holds my Joy-Con covers, and it holds my games inside of these slots here.
Where's your charger go?
You don't need a charger; it's portable.
I just got a Charlie horse in my thigh.
Oh shoot! You okay?
You're gonna fart or
Do
something.
you need something?
Hey, where's your Charlie
Just give me
horse?
time. It's on the bottom of this thigh.
Hey, you can do this. Put your foot out. Put your
I
foot
can't.
Out. Do it.
No.
Put your
Oh shoot!
Ah!
Put it out. Now flex your foot up, like your toes towards the ceiling. It looks like you're trying to take a shit.
What do you need to
Well, I
do?
don't want it to look like
What do you
that.
want to do?
I'm trying to put my foot over there.
Give me your
Help me. My back's to the camera.
No, you're fine.
Ridiculous.
You're fine. You're okay.
You're okay.
Ridiculous.
You're okay. You're
Let's do some
Doing some friggin' Christmas trivia. Welcome back to the PTOUnlimited podcast. My name is Brett.
I'm Josh.
Alex.
This is episode 168.
168.
I didn't even know.
I
and
didn't have
it
it
wasn't
written
written, so that's good on my part.
It was not right. Look at your
And
memory.
honestly, for the first time doing a new process, I didn't miss a beat.
Right. We're just hoping that this process looks okay. So we are trying a new streaming.
For the first time
Setup.
in the 3 years, we're not using my phone to do video.
Correct. Yes.
Yes.
We are doing. We're doing our computer system. We're trying a whole new setup here and seeing how this looks.
It looks good. On
It
the,
does. It
Yeah.
on
does.
the screens.
Yeah.
If you're live with us on YouTube right now, feel free to comment. We do have a chat box up, so you are able to comment during the whole show. For some reason, our video feed goes, or we're locking up, we're lagging on your end, or there's any issues whatsoever, just make sure you go ahead and tell us, and we'll try to do what we can to fix it. If we can't fix it, you will have a audio episode out no matter what. So.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So let's get into it here. How was your 4th, Brett?
It was pretty boring. I didn't do anything because it was on Thursday, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So I worked, and it was basically a normal day. I did nothing special.
It's just
Well,
sweating all
I
day
grilled
for me.
I grilled a steak.
Really?
And that was it.
Nice. That's kind of like your treat too.
Yep. I kind of
Because you don't
special
normally go for that.
occasion, kind of expensive. So
Yeah.
just on special occasions.
Did you watch any fireworks?
No, I didn't even watch fireworks
No.
because I had to work early the next morning, and my neighborhood were setting them off until well after 1 o'clock, so
Absolutely
I didn't sleep
weren't
much.
Yeah.
Yep.
But that's normal.
Yeah, there was a lot of accidents actually that happened. We experienced one. Alex's grandmother about got hit by one. Like she was 5 feet from a live like lit firework, like
Yep. Like
launched and was
one of the ones like the big ass.
mortars. Do they call
Yeah,
them
mortars.
mortars? Yeah.
Yeah, mortars.
Yeah.
So one of the big ass ones that you buy and then you blow them up out in the middle of nowhere that are supposed to go kaboom up in the air and make a really big bang and a big explosion. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we were out at her place, which is kind of out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And her neighbors, because she's got a lot of land, her neighbors decided to use the back of her lawn to shoot off the big ones, which is fine because we had a really good show,
Yeah.
and they shot off right above us, so it was a pretty nice show. And it was kind of scaring Grandma, and there was a few blowing up, and she was like, "No, I think these are getting a little close. What if the ashes start dropping and lighting my weeds on fire?" I'm like, "Grandma, they're nowhere near us. You just think that they're that close." And then sure enough, like, it was like a couple mortars later, like one goes off, and it I'm just about to get my phone to like scroll up to start taking a video of it.
Mhm.
And it blows up on the ground, and it was one of the multiple big ones that goes doom, 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 boom, boom, boom.
Oh,
And
it's
it's
big
really, really
explosions?
big explosion. It must have hit the ground because it exploded on the ground, came towards us. And if my grandmother has a very short, like 3 foot high, almost like a hill,
They call it a windbreaker wall.
a windbreaker wall.
Yeah.
And most of the mortars that flew out at us hit the back of the wall and lit up the back of the wall. And my sister and I jumped up and ran away. My
Mhm.
mom was out on the left and was safe, but my grandmother, all you hear is, "Oh,
Oh,
dear.
dear.
Oh dear." And she's like grabbing her chest, and one like flies 5 feet past her. It hits the house and the weeds that are in front of her house and explodes.
Mhm.
We about had to throw Grandma in the pool that was right in front of her. And then, of course, like everything's done. We're like, look around. Mom's like, "Is everybody all right?" So, yes, everybody's okay. So then we ran over the weeds, make sure nothing was on fire.
Mhm.
It was all good. And of course, they come running over because we're shining flashlights trying to find the thing to make sure nothing was going to catch on fire.
Luckily,
And they're
everything
like-
was like really wet. From
It
the
was still really wet
storms.
from the storm, so it was
Yeah.
fine. But the guy came over and he was I think he was a little drunk. He came over and he was like, "I'm a contractor. I'll fix anything. Like did anything get hurt?" He's like,
Yep.
"I'm so sorry. I've had 2 misfires. I won't blow up anymore."
It was very like I walked around just to see if anything was smoking or anything. They hit a bush and they also hit weeds like around us. It was Grandma about got lit.
I was like, I was like, "Grandma, you should sit back here." But she's like, I was like, I even yelled, "Grandma, move!" She just stood there. "Oh dear."
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Now the thing is, we're lucky that we didn't get hurt.
Oh
or
yeah,
no one
that
got
thing would have
hurt.
been coming right at our face.
Did you guys hear about the guy in Ohio that got hit by a mortar right
Well,
in front of his kids?
No, there's always some kind of
Every
sad, bad
year.
story.
Yeah.
Somebody,
Every year somebody gets
everybody gets hurt.
Mortar
hurt
exploded.
by fireworks.
What happened?
He died.
Oh, he died.
Oh yeah.
My,
Yeah.
Ooh,
didn't hear that.
Yeah.
I didn't
That's
hear that
sad.
part. That's sad.
Yeah, it is. I can't imagine the experience those kids went through. Like they were. It was a. Oh gosh. It was in front of small children. I know that.
Well, still in front of any person.
Right. Exactly. He was. The gentleman was, I believe, he's 61. Yeah.
Fireworks, I could take them or leave them.
Yeah.
I mean, I would be fine with only watching a professional do it.
Yes.
I don't need to do it in my yard. That's just me.
You don't like launching them off or anything? Like that's
I
not
mean,
your thing.
it's not that I don't like it, but I don't need to. Like I don't go every 4th of July and buy my own
Yeah,
fireworks
Josh,
set off.
we
Yeah.
about stopped by, and he's like, "Do you want to get some on the way?" I'm like, "Nah."
Nah.
I'm like, those are for the people that really want to spend money. I don't feel like wasting $20 on something that's
So-
gonna go boom.
Right.
The radio station in town here every year does a segment one morning before the 4th on how much do you spend on fireworks, and some people spend thousands of dollars.
They do. They
One
do.
of our friends
And what they do
spends
is-
a good chunk every year.
He
They
does.
they do it in a smart way, whereas they wait until after the 4th and they'll buy them when there's major coupons for the following year.
Right.
And like one lady called in and said, it wasn't her, but it was some of her friends, and they got married on the 4th or close to the 4th, so it's like their anniversary party.
Mm.
So they put money aside all year because the wife loves fireworks, So
Yeah.
put money aside all year
That makes sense to do
and
that.
buy like a couple $1,000s worth of fireworks because she loves fireworks.
That's
and
like
she
a
just likes to set 'em
hobbyist
off.
thing, though.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
different.
absolutely.
That's kind of
I
different.
mean, I spend money on guns and ammunition and to go target shooting. So what's the difference, really?
Right.
You know,
It's their own
I mean,
hobby
it's
thing.
not full of. It's I don't shoot them into the air and they don't explode. It's not quite as showy, but it's dangerous.
You're not like
just the
Speedy
same,
Gonzales, shooting them up,
right?
whatever.
Was that? No, that was Yosemite Sam.
Yosemite Sam.
Not
Doesn't
Speedy
Speedy
Gonzales.
Gonzales have
No,
pistols
he
too?
just runs.
He just runs.
Yeah.
Yosemite Sam just chases him.
No, they're not in the same cartoons.
What?
Yeah, you're at the wrong cartoon.
They're both Warner
Yosemite
Brothers, right?
Sam usually is
He's Looney
opposite Bugs
Tunes.
Bunny.
Really?
Well, no, he's part of Looney Tunes.
That's what I just said. Looney Tunes.
Both of them.
They both are, I mean,
Are they
but
both?
they're not
They're not-
generally.
they're
They
not
never
the same
crossed up.
storyline?
Short,
What?
no.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure.
Okay, I gotta look that up. That's stupid that I'm looking up.
I mean,
I mean, Yosemite
Most
Sam. He's
of
the one
the
that's like
time-
darn tootin'.
Yeah.
most of the time, Yosemite Sam is opposite Bugs Bunny in a short.
Yeah.
Who is the other one? Yosemite Sam and
Speedy Gonzales.
Speedy Gonzales.
Yeah.
Yosemite Sam and Speedy Gonzales. They have they're in an episode together.
Okay.
Yeah, Slowpoke Rodriguez.
It's just not the norm.
It's not
Yeah,
I
not
guess
the
not.
norm.
Sylvester. Sylvester, is that the cat?
That's
That's the
cat.
cat.
Yeah. He's normally with Speedy Gonzales as well too.
Because it's
Well,
he's
he's
Wow,
trying to eat a
this is the
mouse
Looney
or-
Tunes
yeah.
chat.
Trying
Anyways,
to
we
eat a
went
bird.
off here. Okay, so anyways, so we were talking about spending on fireworks. Are we done with that?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Did you ever do anything with fireworks as a kid? Nothing like that.
Usually we would if my folks got some, we'd light them off because we were in the country. But
You ever do sparklers?
actually, no, we never really did sparklers because they're
No.
kind of boring.
Yeah.
They
Did you
are
do sparkler bombs?
No.
Those are bad. Those are illegal.
Those
Yeah.
are illegal.
We did a lot with
Of course, kids
bottle
do
rockets,
that.
but bottle rockets are the most boring firework on the
They're
planet.
the most dangerous.
The little ones, just the
The
little.
little tiny ones. Yeah, they don't even make a boom. They just
They-
fly up and
Yeah, and you know what can happen if they're not stuck in the ground or if they're not in a cup going straight up? They go right in front of your
they
face.
can burn you because
Well, that
they
too.
all can. I mean,
Just the little things.
it's they're
You know what?
anticlimactic.
You know what? I never got to mess with fireworks a lot as a kid or a teenager because up until like recently, I want to say recently within the last like 7 to 10 years, did Indiana okay anything that went off the ground and went boom? It used to be the law in Indiana for the 4th of July or just fireworks in general was nothing can leave the ground or go boom. Like
Oh.
that was like you could use sparklers.
I don't
Let's do a
remember
taste
that.
test, guys.
Yes, let's do it.
Okay. And I went to
I'll get
South
this ready.
Dakota while Josh and I were dating. And Josh goes, and it was for the 4th of July. And out there you can shoot off anything. So this
Sure.
is new for me. I get to mess with fireworks now. So Josh gets me a Roman candle to light off and he's like, "Oh, you just hold this thing. You don't stick it in the ground. You just hold it. You hold it out." So what does he do? He like was it the rocket that was in there or was it the Roman candle?
There was a bottle rocket
Okay,
in
so
there.
he's like, just put a bottle rocket in there and hold it there. So what does it do? It's like it'll shoot this way. It doesn't shoot out. It just explodes in my Roman candle.
Yeah.
It blows up in front of me. And I was like, see, that's it. I'm done. I'm not doing it
Yep,
anymore.
I mean, I guess when I think about it now, yes, I could go out and spend money on fireworks, but then I could also take the same money and go buy more ammunition for more target practicing and actually developing a skill with that.
It's all about perks.
This looks like Smurf piss.
It does, doesn't
So,
it?
explain what that is.
Liberty Brew. It's Mountain Dew's limited edition 50 flavor soda.
So every
What does that
year,
mean?
every year in
50
the
flavors in
summer,
one.
you know how Dr Pepper has like 23 flavors.
Yeah.
Oh, that was 21.
Every year during the summer, Mountain Dew or Pepsi puts out like a special flavor for the summer.
Mhm.
And I don't remember what it was last year, but I remember we tried
It
it.
was clear, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I don't think it was clear, but I think it was more of a red
me.
can.
I don't remember. You know, I see all red, white, and blue in my head right now.
Now, at my job, I talked to the Pepsi guy and I asked him about this, and he had tried it and said it reminds him of a bomb pop, which
Okay.
is the red, white, and blue popsicle.
Yeah, I hated those as a kid.
What?
What? Those are like the best
No,
popsicle
I like
Alex,
ever.
get out of
I
here.
don't like popsicles.
She's not American.
I don't
She's
like
not American.
popsicles.
Whatever.
I like fudgesicles.
No.
Well, fudgesicles
No.
are good too, but popsicles,
No, popsicles are gross.
are awesome.
So avoid smacking in the mic. We're gonna
Okay,
try this
we're
out.
gonna try it out.
Yeah, you two try it out. This is 50 flavors in one. I'm gonna give it a little sample here.
I need another sip.
That is delicious.
Yeah, I like it.
That's really good. It's kind of like a Kool-Aid. Like
Yeah, I get that.
Fizzy
Yep,
Kool-Aid.
I agree. It's a cool. It's like
It's real. It's like a blue raspberry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
It's
like
a blue
it.
raspberry fizzy Kool-Aid.
I like it.
I like
It's
it.
another one where I wouldn't go out of my way to drink it, but I don't dislike it.
It's better than their freaking.
It's not a powerful taste either.
Holiday brew, it's better than that stuff.
Didn't we try that? We tried
We
that.
did.
We
'cause
tried that.
Like that, they put out a different one each year, or at
Mhm.
least the last 2 years, it's been a different one.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So that's actually really good. I'd
It's not-
recommend
it-
that if you guys
know,
have a chance.
Mountain Dew when you drink mostly like if you drink regular Mountain Dew, Code Red, or even Livewire, it's like a hit. Like
Oh,
you're like,
yeah.
this is Mountain Dew. Like this is very like it looks like it would be like a bam flavor in your mouth, and it's kind of diluted to me. Like
Yeah.
it's like this is food coloring.
Well,
It's
Well, it
like
probably
it's
is,
like
but-
you forgot to put that one extra scoop of sugar in the Kool-Aid.
To me, the only Mountain Dew worth
Don't smack the mic.
drinking is Code Red.
That's yours.
Yep.
Yeah.
Livewire.
We've had this discussion many times, many times. I actually like that. I prefer this. I like
That's
this
actually
and
pretty
Game
good.
Fuel. Like
Yeah, it's pretty
this
good.
reminds me of like a Game Fuel esque.
You know, I like
kind of
Game Fuel,
flavor.
but the last time I had it, and it has been a while to try it again, I'm like, this is just not really doing it for me.
No,
But I remember when it came out, it was like
it was
the shit.
legit. Yeah,
It
you
was
could
good
you
shit.
couldn't locate it anywhere.
Could have been the whole Halo 3 tie-in that
Oh yeah.
helps sell it to
Yeah.
me.
Okay, so
Anyway.
off the 4th of July.
Let's
Hope
talk
everybody else
about-
had a really good
let's talk
firework
about the
display.
weekend.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yep. We
Weekend.
went to Cedar Point as
We
a
did.
sibling /
It started
PTO
off as a
crew.
siblings day that we're hopefully going to continue for a while. That my sister purchases every year for me, my brother, her, and Josh because he's kind of a brother-in-law.
He's related.
I'm here.
Yeah, so we went last year for our first trip, and then this year we decided to bring. She decided to invite more friends. So which meant we could invite friends.
Right.
chose
so
me.
so we chose Brett to go with us.
Yes. So let's talk about our drive there.
Why?
I want to talk about Brett's driving.
Oh, did you not like it?
Your bubble is so small compared to mine.
In meaning
What do you mean your bubble?
When you get up on people's butts before you change lanes.
Oh, you didn't like
You get
those.
real close. I'm just like, Brett, you paying attention?
Well, I mean, I am not an aggressive driver, but yeah, I don't think I did it on purpose
No,
because
it's just your own-
I set the
it's your own
cruise
style.
I set the cruise as often as I can. But again, if I know I'm going around a vehicle that's 100 yards away, I'll wait until I'm 20 yards from it.
That's
before
okay.
Before I
I'm like,
merge.
Alex scares me too. I'm a different driver.
He's a different. He
I
pisses me off.
plan a lot farther ahead. Than
If all
most
right, if
people.
we're 5 miles down the road and he knows that 5 miles down the road we're taking a right, he'll be in the right lane.
I will be. Yep.
5 miles.
5
yes,
miles.
I'm not joking.
I don't like to lane change either when I know stuff is upcoming, but
I
especially
like
when
the
we're
left
running
lane.
when we're running on GPS, when I can see on the GPS when something's coming. I don't,
No. I like the left
I
lane.
don't need to plan quite so far ahead. You like the left lane, but as we learned a few probably months ago by now, you don't use it as the fast lane. You use it as the cruise lane, and that's
It's her
technically
lane.
illegal.
It is illegal in some states.
in
Not
some
all states.
but I think it is in Indiana.
I think it is in Indiana now. Yeah. It is.
I don't like following anybody. I like them to follow me.
She likes
But
being a leader.
You can't be followed in the fast lane.
If they're going faster than me, I'll get over.
The point remains that the left lane is not a cruising lane.
It is when there's no one around.
Alex, your
That's
argument.
the way I drive. Sorry.
You're trying. You're trying.
I do not cruise in the left lane.
I do not like to cruise in the right
I
lane.
do not like them, Sam.
Well, on a 6-lane highway, I'll cruise.
That's different.
I'll be in the left lane.
I'll cruise in the middle lane on a 6-lane.
No, I'll be in the second to the left or the
God,
left.
I would fucking
When we go to
curse.
Chicago, where do I go?
Left lane.
The left lane.
If I came upon you, and it's not just you, it's everybody that is in my way in the left lane, because the left lane is the passing lane, I would be cursing you at the top of my lungs as I go around you in the right lane.
I'd wave.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Oh man.
Okay.
Okay. So other than that, like I want to talk about one other thing about your driving.
Okay.
You've said to me, oh man, if I had my Mustang, I would have smoked them and all this. I'd smoke them. That is what I don't like about the Mustang drivers, about the pickup drivers, about the minivan drivers.
It's not. It's fast vehicles. Yes.
Wait,
in general.
Well,
I
again,
hate people
I
that.
don't.
Boy,
I don't do
look at how
it.
big my dick is.
I don't do it to everyone. It's people that
are being
driving in the
dicks.
left lane, going slow and in my way. Because I told you the story that I just had to do. I didn't have to, but I wanted to
You
do
just
it. I wanted to do it because some Prius was going
Prius.
70.
Some Prius.
It was a Prius.
Generalize it.
Some Prius was going 70 in the left lane, and there was a car in front of me, so of course I'm blocked in, and it was 70, which is the speed limit, but it was rush hour, so everybody's going a little faster.
Right.
And they finally get over in front of me, so I dropped a gear, and I didn't punch it, but I sped up, and I got around them because they pissed me off.
It's a great feeling, though.
It was.
I'm
So when
sure.
you have a car that's capable, it's very fun.
We stopped at McDonald's on the way, by the way. We're going to move on with our story. You have the kiosk written down. You want to talk about
so-
that?
Oh, the kiosk. McDonald's
At
kiosk.
least I don't know if I never go into a McDonald's except for
You
road
hardly
trips.
even ever.
I never even go usually.
Yeah.
But I've never used one of these order kiosks. Now, what's interesting is it was relatively busy in there as far as people ordering, and you could tell like they were taking orders at the counter, and then you could also order from these kiosks. So there's 2 kiosks, no one's using any. So I'm like, well, I'm not waiting behind 8 people. I go
Right.
over to the kiosk, and in a minute I had my order placed, and the people waiting to order at the counter were older people.
They were.
Borderline senior citizens or middle aged anyway.
Most of them, yeah.
And what was interesting is that even though we ordered at the kiosk, it still took probably longer than it should have. Now maybe they're understaffed. Who knows?
I think they
but
were.
It didn't to me seem any faster. But at least
No.
we're not standing in line. We put our order down. You go sit down. They got one of those tents you put up on the table. I thought it's a great experience for dining in fast food. How often are you gonna do that? I don't know, but
Yeah.
I just really liked it. And Alex and I even talked about kind of the repercussions on the day-to-day operations.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say what I said.
What did you say?
When we were sitting at the fancy table with the fancy lights above us and make Mickey D's, I'm looking around. I'm like, wonder how many cheeseburgers it took
I
to
see.
pay for all of this.
So I said something about, with these things being efficient, how much money do they save as far as overhead and more specifically payroll? And when you have payroll, then you have benefits and all that crap.
Right.
Because so maybe they can, reduce the size of their staff when they have this. But
I would have
at
put
the
more
same
people in the
time-
back making stuff to go faster.
Well, yes, but how often during the day are you going to need to do that?
Right.
Depends on the
It was
location.
what 9:30 in the morning.
Probably. Yeah.
So, are you really gaining anything if you put these out there just to have? So you need to have more people in the back. The whole point of it is not to have people just running the counter.
Right.
So that was just an interesting thought on my part.
Well,
Okay.
To me, I mean.
I've ordered from that before. The only
And
reason
then it didn't work.
Well, why it had an issue is I tried to do Samsung Pay.
Oh.
And I think I hit a button as it was in the process of the transaction. It didn't go through, so
I used
just
my
canceled it.
Apple Pay from my watch on it. It worked fine.
Yeah.
So that was interesting.
They have changed McDonald's. McDonald's is no longer like colorful.
It's not
No,
for kids.
it's not for kids
Not-
anymore. It used to
why?
be marketed for kids.
So they're really changing that. They're
It's just
really
a different time.
keeping kids away from McDonald's. That's what they're looking like.
Well,
they're not the red
you
buildings
could say
anymore.
Michelle Obama played a part in that.
I don't know anything about that.
Well, she had one of her big things when the Obamas were in office was healthier food for kids.
Right.
And,
Well, I mean, of course.
against the childhood obesity thing.
Yeah.
So maybe McDonald's is like, well, we used to market to kids with the whole Ronald McDonald Play Place
Haven't
Happy
seen
Meals
Ronald
thing.
McDonald in a
It's
commercial
It's just not that way.
in ever.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean it's just again it's different times.
Yeah, there used
I
to
mean,
be
McDonald's
there used
was
to
a
be a
treat
cast
for
of
us.
characters for McDonald's.
Yeah.
There used to be the Hamburglar,
Oh, yeah.
Grimace, the chick. I don't remember her name.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I don't know.
Ronald McDonald.
Yeah,
I
and
don't
then you
really
would go
know
to
any of
McDonald's
them.
for you would have birthday parties there, and
They'd show up
and
in
then,
mascots.
Yeah, they'd be mascots. You would have this big chair that said the number that you were turning, and then you'd go into the play place
Right,
afterwards.
exactly. But it's changed.
Yeah, it's not
McDonald's,
like that anymore.
they now look like brown, professional.
They look like they're trying to sleek it up like it's
Right.
a fancy.
They're bringing the food out to you now.
Yeah, now they're
Yeah.
serving it.
They never used to do that.
No.
Yep.
They used to just call your name or number, and
Well,
that's it.
Serving it in the sense of they
They
put it on your
Well,
table.
they
Right.
yeah,
But
they
Cul-
don't serve you. They just. Give
They're
you
not
your
the
food.
only ones that does that. Culver's does that.
Culver's has been doing that
Yeah,
since
but
they
yeah,
started.
Culver's
right?
has been doing that forever.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's
Even
maybe
Chick-fil-A
it's just
does
the way Chick-fil-A does it. It's maybe it's just the way that it's going to go. Most
Mhm.
of them may do that.
Yeah.
Everybody's trying to find an advantage, you know.
They are. So
There's a couple comments.
yeah, what's going on?
Back to the racing thing or the left lane
The
thing.
me
real
driving
quick.
fast.
My dad said that's my daughter. She's from a racing family. Her grandfathers were both
She's not racing. She's cruising.
I like going fast.
You don't go fast. You cruise.
Fast.
What is fast?
About
I don't know.
couple over.
No. He says her grandfathers were both race car drivers. One of them's in the local Drivers Hall of Fame. And then he said, going on to McDonald's, he said Goshen Road in Fort Wayne has a kiosk now.
Okay.
So I didn't realize we had one locally.
Oh, we do. Yeah.
I didn't think we did, but then I thought, well, I haven't been
Well,
inside
it's
any
like
of them.
it has been a really long time since I've been
We're not
inside of a
gonna dine
McDonald's.
into
So, and I
Any
usually don't
restaurant
dine
around
in.
us. Yeah. Let's move on from that. Let's talk about Cedar Point.
Yes.
We didn't even get into our actual discussion about our weekend Saturday morning going in.
I peed a little.
All right. Well, let's discuss why.
I advocated for the dragster
Early.
as soon as we got
Very early. I'm so glad we didn't go on it very early.
We did, actually. That was like our fourth coaster.
Yeah, but I'm talking like
Oh, our third, actually.
We did.
I have it in my
we
phone.
did
what we did.
Gatekeeper, Millennium Force, Maverick,
Maverick,
Dragster.
We did the dragster after the Maverick.
Yes,
Are you
oh.
certain of that?
I'm certain.
I didn't think that we were in.
Yes, it was after the Maverick.
Okay. Well, either way, what did you think about the Gatekeeper?
It was fine.
Like, you haven't been there in how long?
8 years.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we were just there last year.
Yeah.
Gatekeeper used to be one of my favorites, like right off the bat. And I was like, all right, this is gonna be our starter one. And Alex, of course, the nervous Nelly she is, not talking to anybody.
No, I'm usually quiet until I get on the first roller coaster because my anxiety just goes through.
First, like the first few.
Well, I know, but it's a gradual wind up, or actually I should say wind down. Like it's
Yeah.
weird because my anxiety goes up, and then I ride a roller coaster, my anxiety goes down. So it like that's just a weird thing, but it's just I have to get it out of my system with the first couple. I'm usually pretty quiet the first half of the morning.
See,
Yeah.
to me, the way I can handle roller coasters, there's no level of tolerance. Either I can do them or I can't.
Right.
And I have never not been able to handle a roller coaster and then just and not been able to walk away like, oh, cool.
Hmm.
It
I've
doesn't
never
matter.
not been able to handle a roller coaster. If it was mainly because
But it doesn't
would.
cause me the distress that it caused you, apparently.
Well, I don't have anxiety about roller coasters. It's just
The
it's
lead
my
up to it.
it's my GAD, which is generalized anxiety disorder.
Okay.
So I'm out of my element. I'm not on a schedule. This is not where my body's used to being every day. Like I'm out of my element. So I'm somewhere new and then I'm around a bunch of people and I'm going on a really fast roller coaster and I don't know what's gonna happen. Like there's just
Wow.
so much shit that goes through my mind.
Uh-oh.
from the morning of until we get there.
We lost our camera.
Did we break?
No, just our camera. I have to fix the camera.
Well, we can keep talking.
Yeah, we
But
can
anyways,
keep talking.
so it takes me a couple rides to break out of that shell and then get back to normal. So
Yeah.
it was definitely, compared to last year, much better than last year.
Mhm.
Before I even got on a roller coaster last year, I threw up because of anxiety.
Mhm.
And this year I didn't. So
Why?
woohoo!
If it causes you that much, why do you do it?
Because I love roller coasters.
But if you love them, why does it cause what it causes?
It's so so difficult to explain my anxiety.
I've
The
just
anxiety is
gotta
not
be-
towards the roller coaster.
I've just got to be ignorant to it all because I
Yes.
don't experience.
Yes, and
it.
that's very true. Before I had PTSD and stuff, I had no idea what that was like. And
Right.
you just won't. Unfortunately, that's the stigma. Like, you will not understand. No one will ever will unless you actually have it because it's invisible. That's the way it is with anxiety, and everyone is different.
Sure.
I've been like that since I can remember. If I am not on a schedule, like doing this podcast right now, I have a little bit of anxiety because it's not on my schedule. I'm supposed to do it tomorrow or yesterday.
Oh, okay.
I mean, my anxiety isn't up at a 10, but it's just you take me from one place to 3 hours away from my home and put me in a different area. Like, Josh, you understand what I'm talking about. A
I
little bit.
do. Yes.
And just because he's been with me for so long, he knows how my brain works.
Yeah.
Sure.
So it just takes me a minute for me to be able to tell myself, hey, you're fine. Be here and enjoy yourself.
Right.
Because I have to fight that sentence against 50 other sentences in my head trying to be negative and make me go down and not want to do anything.
Right.
If I would have listened to my anxiety, we would have had a really horrible day and I would have sat on a bench and watched you ride roller coasters.
I guess ignorance is bliss.
Yes,
which
it is.
me.
Very much so. So, it's not the roller coaster. It's just me.
Very happy you guys kept that conversation going as I was fixing YouTube.
Well,
Uh,
I have to rant about something.
What's your rant?
So we get now. Part of this is my fault. We get in line for the Steel Vengeance.
Yeah.
Yes.
I had downloaded the app, and the app shows the status of the ride, if it's open or not, and an approximation on the waiting time.
Yes.
Okay.
Now the approximation I think goes in 15-minute intervals.
Yes.
So we get in line for it at 5:30. Now
Wait a minute. Which coach
Steel
did-
Vengeance.
Steel
Steel
Vengeance.
Vengeance.
Okay.
I had not eaten very much at all, and I had not been staying hydrated, which is completely my fault.
Let's talk about the heat too.
No, yeah. Philip,
God.
Well, at that time, it had cooled down. The sun, it was kind of overcast. The sun was not beating on us
This was
like it
after
had
the
been.
rain.
This is after the rain. So the wait time said 45 minutes.
Mhm.
I thought,
Yep.
well, that's the longest we waited all day. The longest we waited was 45 minutes in line for the Maverick.
It
Yeah.
wasn't that bad. It
And
went
it
fast.
really wasn't. Most of the time, it was in the shade too. So
Mhm.
And that's the one. That's when I actually consider our longest line. I don't consider Steel Vengeance our longest
Yeah,
line.
I don't either.
We
'cause
just
we didn't
we were
ride it.
there
Well, I will
for
get
an
to
hour
that.
and 40 minutes. It's just for
So-
nothing.
an hour and a half into the line, we still can't see the platform.
Nope.
Mhm.
Hour and a half versus its 45-minute listed or approximate listed wait time.
Yep.
Right.
So I'm angry because I'm thirsty as F and I'm hungry,
Yeah.
and especially now, I'm not sure how I was able to go as long as I did without eating, but my body was like, "You're putting me through some shit. You need to get something in this gut."
Yeah.
And I did not respond well. I was freaking miserable in that line.
You were
I was.
upset
And-
Well, that and our feet hurt. And
My
then,
feet
like,
did hurt.
yeah.
at that point for me. Yes.
And so finally, we saw people walking back, and I checked the app, and it closed after we had waited 90 minutes in line.
Yeah.
So we got the F out of line and went sat down in an air conditioned
Which was amazing. And
and
my brother complained
oh, he
that
the
it was
whole
too-
way.
too cold.
The whole way to the restaurant, which was on the other side of the park. So the thing is, we walked back and forth in the park multiple times to try to get on Steel Vengeance, which opened and closed multiple times throughout the day. So that was our frustration
did.
mainly.
And the one complaint everybody has the whole morning is it's too fucking hot. It's very, very hot.
I
It
didn't
was
think
hot.
it was too hot. It was hot. It's July in Ohio. What do you expect? It's gonna be hot. Of course, it's gonna be hot.
I was
It was just hot.
fine with the heat, but like that was the first time I think in a very, very long time where standing just anywhere, I had sweat dripping
Well,
in
we
places
were-
I've not had before.
We were all sweating balls,
Yes, we were.
but it was not too hot. It was just hot.
Either way, it was irritable.
I want to talk about the dragster.
It was less than 90 degrees.
It was hot.
It was.
Go ahead about the dragster.
I don't understand the hype.
Oh, I did.
About the dragster?
Yeah. Read it twice. Wrote it twice.
You.
I told you after the second time I got off of it, like when we were looking when our gatekeeper was closed and the power tower was up, I was asking Josh, "Well, how long's the dragster? It's nighttime. Let's go ride it again."
Sure.
But it was like 45 minutes at
It's
that
not.
point.
Yeah.
It's not. I mean,
You're
the
the-
wait. The wait is fine. The wait time was fine and I enjoyed it. But it's not the Millennium Force.
You are the only one that I've talked to who's been to Cedar Point that doesn't consider the dragster like a major
Amazing.
deal.
Mhm.
Like,
Oh, it's a big deal.
well, that they love it though.
Yeah. You're
I
not
would
ecstatic
rather
about
go
it.
on the Force.
Yeah, I mean the
Is it
Force
because
is great.
is it because it's longer?
I don't know. Maybe the
So-
thrill of the dragster is more in your head,
It is.
but
It's
you're
very,
more. You're actually just as safe on the dragster as you are in the Force.
I
Yeah,
agree.
I agree. But they're two different. They're
They're
very,
very
different.
animals. I get it.
They
Yes, I
are.
get it.
So
But-
just for context, the Millennium Force is 93 miles per hour for about 2 minutes. The dragster is 120 miles per hour for about 20 seconds.
17 seconds.
17
So,
seconds.
And I mean the dragster, you go. I think you go higher.
You
It's-
go 420 feet in the air
so
versus
it's straight up
300.
and then straight down.
Which is yeah.
So
90 degrees, 90 degrees.
no, the Millennium Force I think is a better coaster, but I get more of a thrill from the dragster.
Yes.
which
Okay.
is why
So
it's called the top
I
thrill
get
dragster.
worn out easy on the I love the Force. I love it. It's the Force.
We can disagree on coasters.
I know, but it's just my opinion. Like I get worn out from the Force because
Okay.
it's a long 93-mile-an-hour loop de loop. It's a lot to take out of me. It's adrenaline for a long time, and then the dragster's just like zoom zoom, and then your adrenaline's up, and you're like, I want more. So you get back in line, you're like zoom zoom, like it doesn't continue. So you're able to
It's
come up and
the-
come down, come up and come down very quickly.
The ultimate.
It's a thrill.
adrenaline rush.
Yeah.
Now the dragster is also a 90-degree,
Yeah,
no
it's
over the
straight up.
shoulder, lap bar only, straight
Woo.
up, spins a little bit, puts you on top, and spins you back on the way down.
What part do you guys like about the dragster more? I want to know. Going up or coming down?
Down. I
What's
like
more
the
of
view
the
down.
thrill for you,
I like
the
the
up or
view
down?
down.
It's the first 5 seconds where they shoot you to 120.
In 4 seconds, you
Yeah.
mean?
That-
0 to 120?
That first burst of acceleration is the best part to me.
I think so. But the thing is, I think both times I rode it, as soon as I think it's also the music. If it didn't have the music or the sound that they
The
play,
revving
the
engine.
revving engine, they have this really loud, so you know when even around, like you know when the dragster's
and
about
then
to take off.
Kind of releases the brakes.
And it
that's when you know.
Yes, it goes click,
And
and
it
then you
takes
just like
off.
take
Because you
off
go back
Yeah,
for just
you-
a
a
slight.
second.
Well, and that's to simulate,
Like, to
when
peel out.
when you're drag racing and you drive a stick, when you, how do I explain this?
Yeah, you release the
you can
clutch.
roll. You can roll back.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
So yeah.
We know how a stick
Ooh,
works.
like thinking about it and then getting stuck to your seat like real quick because it's
Mhm.
like as soon as that I did like my first experience on the dragster, like I was like I'm gonna black out. Like I don't know if I'm gonna be able to handle it because it's the Force. You look at the Force, which is the second largest roller coaster in the park, other than it being longer.
Mhm.
It is the dragster is number one in Cedar Point
Yeah.
and in the United States. So and like second in the world.
Right.
So to go on it, you're like, and to think that multiple times growing up and seeing this coaster, which I'd never ridden before, that thing when you go straight up at 90 degrees, it is very well known over the years, not making it all the way to the top and coming back down.
I've never seen it not. It did once.
Once
but
when
it
we
was
were there.
It was empty.
It was empty. Yes.
But I've never been on it where it didn't, and I've only seen it the one time when it was a test. So
My brother
think
said
that
he
would
was
be,
on it.
I think that would be awesome.
I think it'd
Going
be scary as
backwards.
shit.
Yeah.
It would be quite a different thrill, but then you get shot
You
again.
get to do it again.
It's like
Yeah.
a free. It's like a bonus.
It's.
Yeah.
I think you're right. My favorite part, like, it gives me the most like thrill, is just that the rev and then the just go. Like there is no movement whatsoever. You cannot move your face
Yeah, yep.
when you go 0 to 120 with nothing, no shield or anything in front of your face. It's just wind.
Let's move on from that part.
Anything else about Cedar Point?
Don't think
I was
There's
mad
much-
that we didn't get to have Brett experience the Ballerina.
that was that was
That
really
sucks.
upsetting.
Been down. It was down for almost a week.
I don't think the Maverick was worth the wait. I don't
I
think
like
I'll
the
ride on it
Maverick.
again.
Also,
No.
Also, I've never heard anybody say they didn't like the Maverick.
No,
my brother-
It's not worth. It's not worth the headache.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Jake doesn't.
Yeah,
like the
Jake
Maverick.
He doesn't like the
which is weird.
because it goes like this and this and this.
I
and this.
like that the Maverick is like that is my definition of a roller coaster. Like that is you want
It's very
something
tight.
you want something like thrill and that lasts a while and twisty turny loop de loop like that's the Maverick. Like that, it's fast and it's just
I
when
forgot about the chute
just
through the tunnel.
just when you think that you're going to slow down for a second to make a turn, it like flips you and takes you this way. Like it's so cool.
I would have wrote it again, but
I would have, but the line was too long.
Steel Vengeance and Valraven were down, it was often the longest line.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
or the longest consistent line.
Because that's the other new coaster, other than
How many
Oh,
coasters did you ride
It's
total?
not that new because the Maverick was open when I went there in 2011.
okay. So it's new for us though.
Yeah, that was the first time we rode it.
How many coasters?
How many
total?
coasters did we ride total?
Well, we rode the Force 3
6.
times.
But how many different coasters?
How
Oh,
many different coasters
all
did we ride?
but all
So we
the
got
top thrill, but the Valraven and
Gatekeeper,
the Steel Vengeance.
Rougarou, Maverick, Millennium Force, Dragster,
Raptor,
Raptor.
Gatekeeper.
Said that.
You did?
Yeah. So that's
Yeah.
6, right?
And then Josh and I rode the Power Tower.
Yes,
Mhm.
that was fun.
Oh,
Actually.
which, by the way, I wanted to say real quick. The last time I rode the Power Tower, and I think Josh was with me.
Yep.
I can't remember, but we were shot up, right?
Yes.
Okay, so getting shot up and getting shot down. If you've ridden the Power Tower before, you're like, oh, it's the same. It is not the same.
No, it's definitely not.
It is not the same at all because you don't realize that the Power Tower, like you can see that shit from like the whole park because it's pretty much as tall as the Dragster, which is 420 feet in the air.
Mhm.
And they take you to the very top of the Power Tower. And I was like, you know what? I've never been dropped down before. And it's nighttime. It's all lit up. It'll be cool. We can see the whole park lit up. It'll be nice. And we get about what I thought was all the way up. And I'm like, and Josh and I are in the single seats or whatever, where it's just, or the double seats where it's just us two. So I'm looking over and I can see where you're at Johnny Rockets or whatever. And I'm like looking over. It's like, oh, look, there's fireworks shooting off over there. It's cool. And you're like, oh, let's look up and see how much further we go. Oh, we're only
We were
halfway.
way up there.
And then you get all the way up, and then it clicks, and then all of a sudden you're like, you feel very helpless up top, and you're like, this is really fucking high. And then they go and drop you, and it's like your stomach is in your mouth.
Yeah, it was pretty
It's
awesome.
not your stomach in your bladder like getting shot up. No, your stomach's in your mouth. It's a very exciting thing, and I think actually to be shot down is way worth the thrill than being shot up. By the way.
It is cool to see the park lit up at night at the top of one of the coasters.
Yeah. It is cool. It's cool.
We were
Fireworks were really good.
We were in the front car for the Millennium Force.
Ooh,
that was
yeah.
that was an experience. Brett, you did front row.
Took some bugs.
Yeah, you did.
No, that was on the Rougarou.
No,
That
it
you took the
wasn't.
bugs.
That was on the Force.
I
took
took
the bugs
I
on the
took
Force?
the bugs on the
I took a
Rougarou.
couple bugs on the Force. Yes, but yes, you're right. I did on
Yeah.
the Rougarou too.
Stayed at the hotel, pretty nice. Then we went to the back 40 in Decatur. Really nice buffet. It was a good local buffet. I
Pretty
enjoyed
good.
It.
It was too expensive.
Eh.
I guess it was fine, but it was too expensive.
Yeah,
And
I mean on Sunday.
Normally, I'm a
For a
big
Sunday.
advocate, but I was a little bit let down.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that
That's
sounds good.
okay. It was a really fun trip. I'll definitely do it again if we ever plan it again next year.
For sure.
Let's
we need
move on
to
from
talk
that.
about the Princess Bride.
Yes, we do.
Let's talk about the Princess.
Marriage.
Marriage.
Now, for context, I have never seen this movie.
Yep. And
Until.
I did not. I watched it today, actually.
Oh, okay.
well, what we're doing is the movie club from PTOUnlimited, and every week we're going to be doing a new movie, and we're going to discuss it the next week. So this one was Alex's choice, The Princess Bride.
Now, also for context, I did not want to watch this movie.
You didn't. You
I know
rolled your
that. I know
eyes.
that you didn't.
You rolled your
I know.
eyes.
I watched the video. You rolled your eyes.
You were so upset. Okay, so thoughts, Brett.
You want to hear mine?
Yeah, I want to
Yeah.
hear yours. We've
So,
seen it.
I've seen it.
I
and
didn't-
I should have watched it to
I
refresh.
didn't hate this movie,
my fault.
but I disliked it, and I was bored watching it, and I wanted it to be over.
Is it because it's old?
It's not because it's old.
It's because we told you to watch it.
No, it's because I don't know. There were some funny parts, but I'm like, this is just. I cannot muster any interest in what is going on in this movie.
Do you think it's the same way I felt when watching Halloween for the first time this year?
Probably, but it's not for the same reasons.
Well, yeah, but meaning like I didn't appreciate
You
it.
couldn't accept that that is how things would act now.
I know.
Which is, again, that's
I know.
not
I
how
know.
you react to
Maybe if I
Halloween
watch
in
it again.
2019.
Maybe I'll watch
No,
it again.
There's no way you get anything different out of it like watching it now versus watching it in October.
Yeah, and where did our copy go?
Yeah, I don't
It's
know.
missing.
Yeah, I don't know. Somebody has it.
Hmm.
Okay, so I mean, but you say you didn't hate it.
No, I mean wasn't. angry to where I wanted to leave my own house. Like I was
Were you
with Cabin in
expecting
the Woods.
that?
I thought it was possible.
Oh, Cabin in the Woods
But-
put you at that?
Cabin in the Woods made me so angry I wanted to leave my own house.
Oh no.
Okay.
I didn't mean for that to happen.
No, I said it. I said that.
I
on
know,
the
but
show.
it was
No, I
one of
know.
my favorite movies.
I know. And Patrick just watched that
Yeah.
because I remember
I wonder what he
commented
thought.
on Twitter.
You have a little
Yeah.
bug flying by your
I see
face.
that. So I will probably never watch this movie again.
That's okay.
But I mean, I respect it for what it is, and I understand why people do like it.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
But I did enjoy the Billy Crystal cameo because I did not know he was in it.
Uh-huh.
But I mean, that's really all I have to say about that.
The quotes.
What did you think about
So the only quote I could really remember was inconceivable.
Inconceivable?
Yeah.
Yes.
Um,
Which my dad just said on
I see
YouTube.
that.
He said, "Bored watching it, inconceivable."
it's conceivable.
Give us the gate key. I have no gate key.
Okay, that part was funny.
Fezzik,
Oh, you mean-
tear
you
his
mean-
arms
Oh,
off.
Oh, you mean
Oh,
this?
you missed
dude.
it. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
I did laugh out loud.
No,
It's
what
a
do you
really
think of
fun
Andre
movie.
the Giant's character, though?
I mean,
You know he was in so much pain during that. Yeah, we watched the Andre the Giant documentary. Yeah, I think it's a great movie. A lot of people enjoy it. It came out in '87, September '87.
So right before
Rob
you were
Reiner
born.
directed it.
Yeah, right before I was born. 2
Okay, but
months.
you see how it's all dreamy and how girls like it.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
it is
Gary
also
Elwes
cheesy.
looks like that.
I know, right?
I guess.
Oh, you don't know him as an actor?
No, I do, but
Okay.
I mean, what do you want me to say? He's
He's
dressed like a
dreamy.
man. I understand why women like him if that's what you mean.
Liked. Have you seen
Liked.
it?
I haven't seen him recently.
Now-
no.
Well, he's in Stranger Things.
he's in Stranger Things. He's actually in what episode are we on? 4, 3?
he was in the
Two?
first Saw.
We
Bullshit.
finished
too, right?
2. We were on 3. Yes,
he
he's
was
in the first Saw. Yeah.
and he's in Twister.
Speaking of Saw, I want to do a little bit
Jonas.
of a.
Wait, before you say it, wasn't Alan Ruck in Twister? Isn't he Rabbit?
I think you're right because we were talking about Alan Ruck on the way back
Yes.
from.
But I don't remember why.
He is on Twister. Yes.
Rabbit, right?
Yes. Alan Ruck.
Oh, yeah. he's in
Cameron.
yeah.
Cameron.
I didn't know what his name was.
Well,
I know him as Cameron.
they call him Rabbit because that's just his handle on the radio.
Yeah. Alan Ruck. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we were talking about him on the way. We were talking about Speed. And we were doing all this
he's the
Speed
tourist.
Oh,
talk.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways.
Okay, so this
What's
week,
the next movie? You're
Josh.
the movie guy.
you're the movie guy this week.
It's your pick.
Ooh. Have you seen The Fifth Element?
I've seen part of it.
I just freaking watched The Fifth Element.
Let me think on it till the end of the episode here
Okay.
because I've got a
It's
few.
like, I don't want to watch it because I just watched
It's a
it.
great movie.
I know
though.
it is, and I know it's like your favorite movie, but I just watched
Bruce
it.
Willis at almost his best. If anybody wants to give some suggestions in the
That is
chat,
a really
we're
good. That
welcome.
is a really good suggestion, and if you want to go with it, you can. Because if he hasn't seen it, it is a good film.
I would watch it again.
Yes, I know you would. 'Cause it's like your favorite movie.
It was my favorite film as a kid, so that might be the suggestion. But I'll just see what other people suggest in the chat. Now, speaking of Saw, I'm actually getting very interested in the reboot.
There's a reboot.
Yeah, Chris Rock actually has a play in it.
In Sam
What do you
Jackson.
mean? He has a play in it. Like he's a character that dies, or what?
No, I think he's producing it.
Chris Rock?
Mm-hmm.
And Sam Jackson.
And Samuel L. Jackson is joining the cast. So it's gonna be a reboot / sequel. It's gonna have
To what movie?
Saw. It's gonna be in the Saw
Which?
franchise. I don't know. Hold
Doesn't-
on.
It doesn't matter.
there's
If
no-
it's a reboot, it doesn't have to be a sequel
But
off of any one movie.
I know, but you said it's a reboot sequel.
It could be. They're not sure yet.
Okay.
Well, it's saying reboot. Chris
Okay.
Rock's reboot. So Chris Rock was a fan of the series, so he has more fresh ideas, and Lionsgate's all about that right now. They need
Sure.
fresh
Yeah,
ideas.
they do.
Samuel L. Jackson just joined the cast,
hmm
and the director is the same director from 2, 3, and 4.
I liked 2, 3, and 4.
I know those are my favorite sequels of the entire franchise.
Oh, nothing beats 1, but I do like 2,
I said
3, and 4.
sequels.
Yeah, I know.
They're the best sequels. Of the
I
franchise.
understand. I'm letting you know my opinion.
Nothing. No sign yet, as well as for Tobin Bell. Whether or not he's going to be Jigsaw in this, I mean, I can't imagine a different one. It's kind of like, your Freddy Krueger,
Yeah.
your Jason Voorhees kind
Yeah.
of thing. Like you kind of have to have the same guy for a franchise like that. But no other information is on that yet.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm really interested in seeing what this reboot will be. We haven't seen Jigsaw yet.
Speaking of reboots or continuation of things that we love,
Yeah.
Breaking Bad.
Did they come out with a trailer?
No, not yet. But to talk about what Aaron Paul's been tweeting.
Yeah, they're both actually been doing it.
Oh,
Bryan
I
Cranston.
didn't see Bryan Cranston's tweet.
Yeah.
But if you're a Breaking Bad fan, or if not, then you should be.
Yeah.
Of course, it's like the same way with like Game of Thrones and stuff. I don't know. I'm not gonna push Game of Thrones on anybody.
No.
But I would push Breaking Bad on everyone.
Right.
It's still like it tops Game of Thrones. Like
Really?
it is. Yes, it is still the best TV show in my life. Like my opinion. It's the best.
Okay.
And anyways, so Aaron Paul had posted like a few weeks ago. There was a picture of two donkeys, and it just said "soon" as a tweet. And then a couple weeks ago, or it was last week, he posted another tweet with a picture of him, Aaron Paul, and Bryan Cranston that looks like they're like on the border of Mexico or something. It says "even sooner" as another tease. So it's like that's a confirmation that they're doing something together. Whether it's a prequel, sequel, somewhere in the mix, they're doing something.
Yeah. Well, we already know that Vince Gilligan has his hand in the movie.
Yeah, I know that, but I don't know. Is that for the movie or is that?
That's a really tough question. It's a really tough question.
I would love to see it as long as it's the same actors, the same writing. I don't want someone else to take over.
Yeah, I would not get your hopes up for a TV movie to be.
Oh,
good.
this isn't going to be TV. It's going to. I think
It's
this is actually going to theaters.
a TV series movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
A lot of series have actually done this, where they've actually had their ending be a movie. A lot of them have gone forward into that. Like, I mean, you look at all the Star Trek films that came out
That's
from the
very
next
true.
generation.
That's very true, and they ended up being good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Well, at least my opinion, I thought they were good.
what, the Star Trek movies?
Yeah.
No, I'm not talking about the reboot. I'm talking about the stuff with Patrick Stewart,
Oh, I never
like
watched
First
those.
Contact and Nemesis.
No,
and
never. Oh,
No?
I never watched that generation.
Insurrection. No.
No,
Oh.
I was not a big. Yes, I know everyone's gonna hate me. I did
Wow.
not like
That was my
the
name.
original Star Trek, the
Well,
first generation or
I
whatever.
don't know a darn thing about Star Trek.
Really?
I like the newer stuff.
Goodness. Y'all are
Anyways, okay.
noobs.
So what were we talking? We were talking about our.
Movie.
Okay. All right. So
Yeah.
anything else?
No. I mean, what do you guys want to move on to from there? We
There
kinda
was
had
another
some-
movie announcement, and we watched the trailer already. The live action Mulan trailer came out.
Yeah.
Yes, I saw that it came out. I've never seen the original animated
Alex, didn't we have a
Ideas.
list? Didn't we have a
We
list?
did. I have a list in my phone.
Can you show it to me real quick? I want to see if there's something that
I don't know if
can-
I still have it anymore,
Yes.
but you guys can keep talking. But I started making a list years ago when we first started this because it became a thing when we started the podcast. It was movies Brett hasn't seen.
I think I've seen part of it, but I have not seen it beginning to end.
I think I deleted it.
We still haven't seen
Oh,
Aladdin.
nope, I got it.
We
And it
still
was just I was adding to it. Oh, Princess Bride was on here. I can take that off.
The live action Aladdin you talking about?
Yeah, we still haven't seen that.
We still
one
haven't
yet.
seen the live
I
action
might
Aladdin.
I might go see it if it's still in. If we can go see it at AMC still, I might go see it next Tuesday
Okay.
because I'm off on Wednesday.
I still don't know if I want to
and
see it.
Next Wednesday is my birthday.
Oh.
It is your birthday.
Ooh.
You're gonna be young.
You're gonna be young again.
I'm officially in my mid 30s.
Not yet.
Well, I will be in there.
Yeah.
Party on.
Party on. Let's move on from there, guys. Lion King comes out this month. We gotta
It
make sure we
does,
see that.
The 19th.
Oh, I
which
thought
is
it already
a week
came out.
from Friday.
You gotta stop.
I'll go and see that.
Let's
A-
see
a week
Spider-Man.
from Friday.
I'll see Spider-Man and I'll see The Lion King. I don't know about Aladdin.
Right.
Why?
I don't know. I still just don't like nothing's grabbing me.
Yeah.
Mulan looks good.
Yeah, it does.
It does.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it was only like a minute trailer or whatever, and it showed the basics, but it looks good.
Apparently, there's a new trailer for the new Jumanji.
Really?
Yeah, with Dwayne Johnson.
With Dwayne Johnson and
Yeah.
what's his face?
Kevin Hart.
Why
Kevin
did you
Hart?
just do
like,
this?
Like the short guy.
And Dwayne Johnson
and the short guy.
and
I would go. You know what? Just because Jumanji was actually not that bad.
it wasn't.
If you take it as a funny, like nothing again, no, like completely different from the one that we grew up with, you'll like it.
I like to watch it again. I thought it was really good.
I
That was
thought it was.
great.
I thought it was pretty funny.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't
And
mind watching
honestly,
it again.
I think Jack Black was probably the best part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He was actually
he was pretty
funny.
good.
Just because he played a girl, but he's a
These
mhm.
guys,
was,
He's a guy.
yeah.
Yes.
I'm starting to like Dwayne Johnson a little bit again.
Yay.
Like
He's
I'm
coming
starting
back.
to go back into it. He actually he was.
You have him on the
Yeah, that's
list
why I'm
too.
bringing it up.
Okay.
Segment. Segue. No, it's our Dwayne Johnson segment. Seem to
Okay.
bring him up pretty frequently. There was a comedian, a Scottish, I believe, or British comedian. Yeah, from Scotland. Her name's Rachel Jackson. She met Dwayne Johnson a while back. She met him on the red carpet, and she did this whole bit where she actually had a comedy special on the BBC for her comedy stand-up special, and she was talking about meeting Dwayne Johnson on the red carpet, and when he finally walked up to her and approached her and shook her hand, he said, "So do you?" And then his agent forced him to move on, so she never
Aw.
got to find out what he said.
What?
Aw.
Aw.
So
sad.
she did this bit on the BBC, and people were tweeting at The Rock, and he responded.
Are you
Good.
serious?
He is
Good.
using Twitter so well.
That's so
He's been
cute.
doing this for a long time.
So
He
what-
reached out.
Did you read what she
What he wanted
what
to say?
he wanted to say?
Well, he said that he had had a few tequila shots,
That is his drink of choice.
and he said he was going to say he was owning up to it. He said, "This is what I was going to say. So, do you make the ha ha?" Because she's a stand-up comedian.
Oh.
Oh. Okay.
So he was drunk on the red carpet.
That's
And
funny.
he was trying to talk to her. So I'm loving how
And the
Dwayne
guy behind
Johnson-
him's like, "Move on,
we
Rob.
gotta go.
We gotta get
go,
outta here."
bro.
I
Well,
like
his-
listening to celebrities meeting celebrities. Like
Mhm.
they
'Cause
never
they're real.
and then yeah, they're real people, and you're just like, you know that they are just like, especially comedians that get to meet like their favorite actor.
Mhm.
My favorite one that they talk about is oh my gosh, who's Fluffy?
Oh,
Yeah,
Gabriel
Enrique-
Iglesias.
Gabriel Iglesias.
Yeah.
Yes. So I like him because he talks about meeting Arnold Schwarzenegger for the first time, and it's just like he meets him. He's like, wait, I know you. You're that comedian guy, and he's like, he knows who I am. he's like talks about it's like the greatest moment ever.
Mhm.
But he's like
Gives you status.
he talks about how he goes down the line and goes, "Oh, nice to meet you. Yeah, thank you." And then the guy taps him on the shoulder like, "Okay, next person."
Yeah, he has a guy that
Mhm.
works for him who just
It's
says,
just-
"Time to move on."
Time to move on. Time to move on. He's like, yeah, I like you. Something, and he's trying to
I've
talk
heard
to
him
him.
tell that story.
It's so funny, but he's
Yeah.
like, he knows who I am. Oh yeah, I like it. I like it when celebrities meet celebrities.
Dwayne Johnson's agent might have been doing a little bit of like preventative damage control. Maybe he knew he had some tequila and is like, "Oh, you're about to say
You
something."
You're about to
Right.
say something
Don't be
stupid.
an idiot. We gotta move on.
Or
from
he
this.
just could have been on, on a very tight schedule.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Danny DeVito and Danny Glover are apparently going to be in the new Jumanji.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
Those are some interesting add-ons.
Forewarning for YouTube, you might lose camera here in a couple minutes. I'll reset it. Seems to happen every half hour, so
Every 30.
every 30 minutes. I'll fix it afterwards. It's a setting that I didn't get to set after unplugging
Ooh,
the camera.
apparently there's a good watching Jennifer Lawrence meet Jack Nicholson.
Okay. Let's
What?
look into that.
Hmm.
Did you guys hear that Mad Magazine is ceasing monthly content and publication?
I did not know Mad Magazine existed.
Still existed.
You didn't know it existed?
Nope.
What?
I know
You-
there's Mad TV.
You did.
What?
Honestly,
Wait.
I didn't know it was still a magazine. Like,
Really?
I knew it was a magazine. I didn't know they were still doing issues.
I didn't know that there's.
7 years.
You know what? There was a magazine. There's only been one magazine I ever collected, and I ever
Life?
No,
Oh,
it was for when my
Why did I say
preteens, my like 12, 13,
17.
no, not 17. The one that came before that. It was called YM.
Oh, Young Month.
It was like Your Magazine or
Your
something.
magazine? Okay.
But it was for like the preteens. It wasn't like into high school yet. It was for middle schoolers. And
Okay.
it talked about like growing up and getting boobs and like had all this like stuff that you can't talk
You
to
know,
your parents about.
something everybody goes through.
No, so, like, and then they had people like write and like talk about all the stuff that they're going through, like, and
I
then
get it.
boyfriends, like, and then
Yeah.
they had cute hair and makeup stuff. Like that was the only girly magazine I ever
Mhm.
girly magazine,
Yeah.
only girl magazine that I ever collected.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the magazine business or for a while now, has moved from magazines to the internet.
Yes.
So it doesn't really surprise me. Well, now what did you say? What is it doing?
It is ceasing monthly publications.
So meaning
Does
it's
Does
like
that
going
mean
away.
Total or in print?
It's saying it will no longer be sold on newsstands after the August issue, and feature editions will shift to previously published material with new covers. That seems
Sounds like it's turning into like a collector's thing.
Yeah, yeah. But
Mad Magazine was my favorite when I was a kid.
yeah, as a kid, we had this thing called the bookmobile. Everyone knows about these kinds of weird things in small
Yep.
towns.
Yep.
And so we would rent stuff, magazines and books and stuff from this bookmobile, and it had Mad Magazine. We had a substitute teacher for a few months because our teacher was our normal teacher was on leave,
Yeah.
so he didn't really have an idea. Sorry, mom and dad, if you're hearing this. So we checked out Mad Magazine.
Is it a dirty magazine?
It's not really. It's
It's
satire.
Not kid friendly, is what you're saying.
I mean, it has adult language in
It's
it.
not pornographic though.
No, but it does get languagey.
Okay.
So it's meant for teens, and I was like not a teenager.
And I was like, not.
So, yeah. What is that?
What's going on?
Use your keyboard.
I'm just gonna cancel that. That's our camera doing something funky. So yeah.
Well, camera, stop doing something funky. Okay, so Mad Magazine is is that the this is a weird question. But I think I remember hearing does Playboy not print anymore?
They just ceased, didn't they?
Did they cease print?
I thought they did.
I'm not sure honestly. I knew there was a story that they were gonna stop doing like nudes.
Oh yeah. Well, no. Yeah, that's what it was.
That's what it was. So
yeah.
no more Playboy models.
Yeah.
Well,
Well-
they're still gonna have models, but they'll be clothed.
Yeah.
Well, what's the
Or
point of
there's-
Playboy?
Well, that's exactly right.
Nobody reads it for the articles.
Well, one could argue that while you're right, but the accessibility of free pornography in regards to the internet, I think they had lost a bunch of subscribers. So it's
Mhm.
more of what can we do different with this magazine to at least maintain the number of subscribers that we have, if not gain more by
Right.
doing something different.
Probably put more boobies in it, not less.
No, that's the whole point. That's
I would
the whole
think
point.
I would think to sell the magazine more, you'd want to take out
can-
take out the articles and put more boobies in
More
it.
of the same is not necessarily going to attract subscribers if they're.
It's not the same. Are you saying all women look alike?
Whoa, where are you
What are you
going
talking
here?
about?
Alex, are you adding things that don't
no,
need to be?
I'm just I've had coffee.
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
Yeah, I've had coffee.
And Mountain Dew.
And Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Let's move on from that. So it's really sad to see a magazine that I actually looked at as a child, go away. A lot of things. Speaking of, actually, I've been seeing this all over Twitter, and this isn't on the board. We didn't talk about the celebrity death that just recently
Oh,
happened.
yes.
Oh yeah.
People have been tweeting about my kids actually have a celebrity death
Yeah.
that they are actually attached to with the kid from Grown Ups and
Cameron Boyce is his name. He was on
what's the show?
Jesse
Jesse.
on the Disney Channel.
Okay.
He was also, I forgot about this, but he was really young. He was the son of Michelle Moynihan's character in Eagle Eye.
Okay.
So, yeah, he had a
Wow, I'm
seizure.
surprised you remember that movie.
I just remember the only
Yeah,
vision or
Wait,
picture.
you're surprised that I remembered something?
That movie is trash.
I don't think it's trash. It may not be great, but I think it's entertaining.
Whatever. The only picture in my head that I have of him is him as Adam Sandler's son,
Right.
Yeah.
and I was like convinced that was his son because he looked like so much like him,
Similar, yeah.
or like you would think, wow, they did a good job making that making that.
I would
his
say
son.
the older son looks maybe closer to what Adam Sandler's son would look like versus the younger son.
Right.
If you remember the older
I
son,
don't. I just
But
remember him.
Adam Sandler has daughters.
Does he?
He does.
He doesn't have a son.
He doesn't.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
Oh man.
No, that's sad. He died from he had a seizure, I guess, in his sleep.
Okay.
And passed away. But he was being treated for.
He's
his,
been
his
being
seizures.
treated
like he
for
had
that.
a condition, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But that's sad. He was 20.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
very,
very
sad. Way
sad.
too young.
Way too young. Yeah.
I've decided my movie, by the way.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
Okay.
Toy Story 3.
Oh, okay.
I like that.
But we just watched
Can
it.
do.
But then we can discuss it.
Oh, that's true. That's very
We've
true.
never been able to discuss it.
Okay. I'm good with that.
That's true. On the entire history of this show, we haven't been able to talk about it.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
And it's been brought up multiple times. Grab the tissue box.
So Toy
And,
Story 3.
I have the copy on the floor in my apartment. So
Okay.
it's all good.
All right,
Yes.
everybody. Like Josh made the announcement. Let's make it like more official for the PTO Unlimited Podcast Movie Club. This week we will be discussing next Monday. If you'd like to join in on the conversation live on YouTube, like some of you are right now, make sure that you put Toy Story 3 into your watch list this week, and then you can discuss it with us.
Yep.
There you go.
Now the reason why that's a sequel is because I mean, who hasn't seen the first two? They are amazing. I want to say Pixar is great on their sequels.
I did meet somebody at work
so.
the other day because I told them that we saw 4, and they're like, "Well, I've only seen 1." And I was like,
F.
my heart.
Wow. My heart.
And then they're like a year older than I am, and I'm like, how did you live? How did you go through your childhood?
I want to talk about some video game streamer news. The first thing I want to talk about before we get into a really interesting discussion, I want to talk about Dr. Disrespect. Now, Brett,
Yep.
you're not huge on any Twitch streaming like information at all. Like, you know who Ninja is?
Yeah.
Do you know anybody else?
No.
Okay.
Just Ninja. Okay.
And Alex.
And me.
And our mutual friend. Our friends.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, anyways, back to what I was saying. Dr. Disrespect. He is a personality, and I want to say personality. He
Yes.
is 6 foot. Oh, I'm gonna give a guess that he's 6 foot, at least 6. He's a tall
he's
motherfucker.
A tall guy. He's a big guy.
Really tall guy. He dresses up in a black mullet wig, sunglasses, has a handlebar mustache. That's his character.
Yeah, it fits too.
Yep. He's
Okay.
now this guy is huge on the internet. A couple years ago, he was actually streamer of the year. He was actually on stage at the Video Game Streamer Awards or the Video
was
Game
he?
Awards. That was him.
Yeah, he was.
He was in a
wasn't
suit. He had his whole get up on, but he was in a suit.
Yeah.
We noticed how tall he was.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to what I was saying. At E3, he did his very first IRL stream. Now, IRL stands for in real life, where you're walking around, you're doing those kinds of things. You can also do it at your computer where you're just talking. He's never done this before. And so he actually had to maintain a personality while he was doing this. He went a little too far. He took the cameras into the bathroom.
Oh boy.
First of all, against the law in all sorts of ways.
In
Minors
like every way.
as well. Minors as well. There was no nudity captured.
Yeah.
But he did it more than once inside of that one stream. He did it multiple times.
Why?
Because he wasn't thinking of
He was just thinking about trying to stay in character. He wasn't trying to think this is right, this is wrong. Like, oh, okay, well, it's just following me. So, and it's just a person following him with a camera, and the cameraman followed him into the bathroom.
Yep.
I don't
And
know.
didn't shut off the stream.
Seems like if you're gonna do one of these IRL streams, you should probably map out, plan it somewhat, and maybe somebody should look over it and say, "Do you see any flaws in this plan of
Well,
mine?"
especially when it's your
And
first
maybe
IRL.
somebody said, "Hey, maybe you better not go into the bathroom."
Right.
Oh, you would have thought that would have been common sense, but apparently it's not when you're a very popular person and you don't think about it.
Now, the legal ramifications beyond this, I don't know what has been done for that, but Twitch banned him.
Yes.
Now, what is unfortunate here is he was only banned for a couple of weeks.
Okay.
Now, this is blurring the lines of rules on Twitch.
Yes.
Yeah.
Really hard. I mean, granted, he is a top tier Twitch streamer. I mean, he's almost a household name.
Yes.
He's close to Ninja.
Yes.
Dr. Disrespect. He's got his own brand, and you can see it when you watch any of his streams.
It's nothing new in a sense. I mean, think about,
Any personality.
top, the ratings gettings quarterbacks in the NFL. They don't get suspended unless you're Tom Brady. They get fined.
Yeah.
It's what's going to get ratings. Twitch doesn't want to ban him forever because how many of those people are just going to leave and they're not getting
Correct.
views or whatever.
Correct.
So
Yeah.
it makes it's just the lay of the land. And
I feel like Twitch is very good about their rules. Like they're they're the community that needs to be, or the not their community, but the app or the people behind it. They're the creators that this world needs right now. Where it's like we need to be a little bit more strict on certain things, like that we're letting loose. And they're very good about like, oh, you said for like something easy. Oh, you said the N word on stream. Okay, you're banned for this month, this amount of time.
Usually a couple days, week.
The lines are very clear about things you're not allowed to do. What like if there's accidental nudity, they're gonna find it and they're gonna take you off right away.
Sure.
If you even accidentally, someone sends you a link and you like, someone got banned for like, what she
A
do?
lot of stuff is accidental
she got
nudity.
she got banned for, they'll send you like, someone can subscribe to you, they'll say, hey, check out this link. Well, when I go and I check out a link, I have a 3-screen setup. I can click and say, you can see what I'm seeing on the screen and watch me react to it. Well, they didn't think about that. They just clicked on it and it was porn.
Yep.
And then they automatically clicked it off. It was like, oh my god, I'm gonna get banned. Well, they did, because it gets flagged like that.
Who was that?
Like, here, it was a girl.
Yeah, big streamer.
It was a big streamer, and she got
Pokemon.
banned. Was it Pokemon?
Pokemon.
Are you sure?
Yes, and
Okay.
she only got banned for a light period of time, and people were pissed
Yeah, I know.
because
Because
she's been getting away with a lot of
she's
stuff.
been getting away with a lot of stuff.
But that's just a
But
whole different drama.
All I did to show you how strict they are, especially with like their copyright and stuff, is all I did was I was sitting in the Halo, just the waiting screen, like the lobby, and you just hear when you start up Halo, it goes, oh, you know, like the little like
the choir chant.
And I sang along to it, and they cut that out of my stream
Oh, because it's licensed.
because it's
Copyright.
licensed. They
Alex,
cut me out of my stream.
you know the stream that you did all that music to?
Yes.
They only cut like 10 minutes from the
Are
end.
you serious?
That's it.
They cut it out because it's technically they could be sued for that.
They can. Yeah.
I but that I'm saying, like, that's how strict it is.
Yeah.
YouTube, you can find tons of shit.
You can. And they've been cracking down on that pretty hardcore.
But I feel like Twitch is very like, okay, you're gone. Like, there's no explanation. It's no, you're gone. It's on video. That's evidence. You're gone.
Right.
Like, that's the way it is.
Right.
Yep.
That's he came back to streaming yesterday, I believe. What's today? Today's the 9th. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep,
Mhm.
he went back to streaming, and he had a whole hype schedule thing around it, and yeah, it's just a whole thing that they did.
I do think that he should have been banned for a month.
Yeah.
I don't think that it should have been a couple weeks. I don't think that was very, like, I get that he's a big popular person, but 2 weeks is a slap on the hand. Because if I would have done that, my profile would have been taken away.
Right.
Like.
Well, again, they are more lenient on their major personalities.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So I want to talk about one other thing before we get out of here. One other video gamer, or she considers herself a gamer girl. Did you guys look at that link I sent you?
I know about the
skimmed it.
one thing.
Yeah.
I skimmed it, but you're gonna have to explain it.
Belle Delphine, and she is selling her bathwater.
Bathwater. I looked at that.
Yes.
And it's selling.
Yes, it's sold out. She's sold out. She's making more.
Okay, let me explain what this is. She is dressed up in like her personality. So she's a, like, she wears a wig and she wears like tight clothing and stuff. All right, well, there's photos of her sitting in a bathtub full of water, and she is cupping this water and selling it.
Yeah.
And people are buying
So
it.
there's a parallel to this, and it goes back way back in the day, and that is the pet rock.
Yes, my parents talk about.
You're really gonna say like that's in comparison?
Yeah.
Really?
Because now there's no. I mean, technically this is a celebrity thing. But
Mm-hmm.
you can market anything, and if people like you enough,
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't a great parallel now that I think about it, but because I mean, some guy said, "Hey, buy this pet rock." It says "pet rock" on it, and people bought them, and you couldn't find them.
Yeah.
So this is capitalism, basically. She
Mhm.
found a product she can put out, even though it's kind of gross, in my opinion.
It
very
is.
much so is.
Because I doubt it's her actual bath water, like she was sitting in it.
I
It's
doubt
just
it.
she stuck a cup under the faucet, you
Yes.
know.
Well,
But if
It's
she's
it's
making
titled
money,
Gamer Girl Bathwater.
I mean, I applaud anybody's, thought of what can I do to make some money,
yep.
and she's doing it.
It's just disgusting how she portrays it, the video that she talks about it and everything. It's just it's
So, okay,
disgusting.
here's my thought on it. It's stupid,
Mhm.
but it's genius,
Mhm.
and she's made a lot of
Well,
money.
it's stupid that people buy it, but it's genius that she thought of it. I don't think it's stupid that she's doing it.
Really?
No.
I don't think I would.
If you
I
could
have too much.
find-
Is it pride or dignity? It's dignity. I have too much dignity in myself to be able to say, "Hey, kids, when your mother was 30, she sat in a bathtub, took Instagram photos, and sold her bath water for money."
I mean, I understand that
No.
you feel this way, but if I could find a extremely, easy way to make money like that, now obviously nobody's gonna buy my bathwater, but you understand the
This is pretty
idea.
much. This is seriously something you would read on a $1 million butt question. $1 million
Right.
butt. You have to sit in a bathtub and then sell your water, and everybody has to know about it. I mean, that's an
is
easy
that like
$1 million,
so much
but
against
it's
your
like
dignity that you're worried
Well,
about
It's
that?
it's
just-
bathwater.
I know,
it's
but
not
it's-
your used underwear.
Right.
it pretty much is. You're sitting in like it's your filth.
Mm.
They're not. Well,
You don't know what
won't
she's
go down
doing
that
in
hole.
there,
No.
Well, we don't know what they're
and you don't know
doing with
what's
the water.
You don't know
Right.
if she has any
But-
kind of thing going on down there.
Well, there have been memes of
Yeah.
people.
She could have herpes.
People are saying that she might have herpes, and there are
Well,
people doing videos of them drinking this water.
Oh my god, that's disgusting.
Yes.
So you don't do that, but
You don't do that. See, that's the other thing. Knowing that someone is that creepy that they're like, that's putting yourself out there for stalkers.
Mhm.
Like, just boom, like here, take it.
how
This
is it? How is that making you more susceptible to stalkers?
versus just sitting in a chair and playing games? Well, now you
She's
can
already
taste me.
she's already a personality
Mhm.
accessible anywhere though.
Okay, but now you're gonna get like the creepy creeps.
No,
So
no,
what?
you're always susceptible to creepy creeps when you're available like that.
Yeah.
It's not. This doesn't make her more susceptible. No way.
Oh, well, I think it does.
Hmm.
You're susceptible to creepy creeps.
I am.
We all are technically because
Right.
we're all on the YouTube.
We are.
We are, which is a little laggy right now. We've been having a rough connection. It looks like.
Anyways, that was my opinion. It's stupid, but it's genius. Enjoy your money.
And it's sold out, and she's doing more.
Which is,
And
by just
And it's something
curiosity,
that
what is
can't sell out.
What is she selling that for? Does it say?
$30.
$30.
Holy
Yes,
crap.
that's why I said it's
Oh, I
expensive.
was thinking
People
like
think
10.
People think it should have been more.
Well, that's
I know, but if you think about it, it's like,
supply
alright,
and
it's a
demand.
jar of water.
She could put it up to 50, and if it still sells,
Right.
You should have gotten
Good for her.
it was on sale.
Well,
We're selling bathwater half off today, guys. Special today.
yeah, it's been going on. It's been going on eBay actually for high dollar amounts, like a couple hundred.
That's
And like
so
why?
stupid.
Why? It's no different than women selling their used underwear.
supply and demand.
I know.
Yeah.
She
Alright.
has supply, and she has made demand.
They demand it.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh man, there's a little bit of a lag going on with our YouTube connection. So, I think it's time we got out of here, guys. Alex, you have to start a stream up here soon. So,
Oh, I have a quick question.
Yeah.
about the stream. So I was actually playing Ghost Recon Wildlands with Patrick when you were playing Tomb Raider. How did that go? I had you on my iPad, but I
How you
wasn't
said-
able to
he said,
play.
"How'd
I
it-
wasn't
how'd it
able
go?"
to pay close attention.
Okay, so my dumbass left me off at a really challenging
Yeah,
part.
because I saw that you were doing that puzzle. That is a hard puzzle.
Yeah,
I remember having
it
trouble
is.
with that one.
So I was like, I must have, because it said the last time I played was November 18th. So it's been a really long time. So I started off and I'm like, all right, let's just figure this out. I don't even remember the buttons
Mhm.
other than like grapple or like, like walking and jumping and shit.
yeah.
And then we go to this, by the way, this challenge tomb to figure out like the puzzle thing. And I died like 20 times. And I was about
Okay.
ready to
No.
just
No.
be like,
No.
fuck
Not
it.
20. Not 20.
How many? Did you count?
Yeah, we have a death counter.
Yeah, but you didn't start that until after I said, wow, we should probably get a death counter going.
Oh, that's true.
And by the end of my stream, I was probably close to 20 deaths.
Maybe. Yeah.
But I fucked up so much. I was like, that's it. I'm done. I'm looking it up. And I looked it up, and it was like, I couldn't get past this one part. I kept dropping, and I'm like, and it would kill me. I'm like, I can't go anywhere else. I can't. I tried looking the other way and dropping. I tried looking up and going this way and dropping. I'm like, it obviously wants me to go here, which it did. And I forgot that you have a grapple. All you have to do is
You do.
pull a trigger and you
Well,
glide
you
down on a
jump.
rope.
You jump. If you're yes, that was new to
I could not-
Shadow, right?
Yeah, because I couldn't remember that.
You repel while you're.
It said something
climbing
about a
the
grapple. I'm
ceiling.
like, what's a grapple? So I was just pushing buttons, and eventually, I think it was like right trigger I pulled, and it went.
That's why I really. That's why I like to complete games the first time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you forget stuff like that. That's essential to.
It
finish.
was very essential to it. So I got pissed off, but then I was all happy about it, and then I got pissed off because I got to another challenge too. And I like them, but I hate them when they're too hard.
Yeah.
Because I got to the mirror one.
They're too challenging.
There's like a
Yes.
mirror like light thing where I had to move panels.
That one I got. It was pretty easy.
It was, but I wasn't. She kept saying like, "Oh, they're labeled," and I didn't realize by looking at the front of them that they had little
So,
notches on them that said 1 and 2.
Are you gonna finish it?
Yes, I am because I'm gonna play it right after.
Yep.
We're
she's
done.
playing tonight.
Oh, sweet.
So don't make fun of me.
As long as our internet holds out. So I think it's time we got out of here, guys. And we're gonna do some plugs here. First of all, we want to thank everyone for joining us on our YouTube, even though it's been a little scratchy. We're doing a whole new thing here. We're gonna get our internet looked at. I'm gonna give a Comcast
Are they
a call.
coming in?
They were supposed to come last week, but I canceled because I thought that we were doing okay. But I mean, it's been a little spotty, and it looks like it's been flashing. Is that how that sometimes goes? Those colors?
Yes, that's
Yeah.
exactly what it is. Oh yeah, we're really bad right now.
Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, I just need to get a hold of them. But we thank everyone who has joined us and commenting and everything. Next week we'll be talking about Toy Story 3. So if you're a listener, you want to chat in with our YouTube channel while we're live, or give us tweets and stuff. Make sure you watch Toy Story 3 if you've already seen it. You can see what we talk about, see what Brett thinks, and we'll.
I've already got my next movie picked out, by the way.
Okay.
I think that we should move in fours, and we should let the
Take a suggestion.
we should take like the next 3 that we're gonna do, or not the next 3, but
we
make
could-
a list.
We
could
have
do
to.
that, or we could do like a listener month.
Ooh, that's a good idea. Or we just take one a week.
Just because I've got like 2 or 3 that I want to get through, and I don't want to wait till 2020 to get through them.
Well, I've got my suggestion after Josh's, which
well,
was
don't say it
not
yet.
mine. My suggestion after Josh's was we did have a listener, one of our top tier listeners, Patrick. He suggested we watch The Craft because none of us has seen it, and I suggested in my head, I was like, I think after Josh we should do all right, we did it. Now we're gonna let them choose for us, and I think he's already made our first choice.
It goes do.
Yes. You're
Doot,
number
doot.
4.
The number 4.
Okay, that's it. I've said my piece.
If you are listening to us, make sure you check out our back catalog on all of our audio platforms. We're all over the place. SoundCloud, iTunes, those are the big ones. iHeartRadio, Spotify. Check us out. Make sure you rate us. And if you have any suggestions for the show, make sure you tweet at us. We're also on Facebook and Instagram. You can message us there. You can join us live there every Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our pre-podcast meeting, which is our precast meeting where you can give us topics as well. And you can see what we already have planned for the show, and we also do some interesting things. I think next Monday we're going to try those suckers that Patrick tried.
Yep,
to
I
have
think
us,
so. I think we'll
have
do
us
that on the
Precast.
He sent them to us.
Precast, yes. He wanted us to try them. We haven't forgotten. And also, we do have a phone number that you guys can give us a call on. We do have a voicemail thing. I'm not Patrick. I have seen those as well. We just can't play them on the podcast, but we will
We're
find a way to
figuring it
put
out.
them on there. Yeah, I'm getting the phone number right now. I don't see it. It's on our Facebook. Wow, I'm doing great on the plugs here. But also, if you want to check us live on our YouTube, we are live at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, normally on Monday. We are on tonight because Alex got called into work, and also I lost my voice from Cedar Point.
Yes.
I'm still a little off.
Yeah, I'm there as well. I'm not seeing our.
Do you know our phone number? I
Well,
don't
it's
either.
I have. Oh, here it is. It is 224-225-5780, which is 224 call PTO.
224 call PT0.
Call PT0.
There you
So if you want to leave us voicemails on there as well, you can give us your insight on the show. Patrick, I have seen yours. I will be playing them for the rest of them. For our rest of the co-hosts, I see them on my phone because I'm attached to the number. You guys aren't. So thank you for doing that. If you want to give us any calls, voicemails, make sure you give us a call as well. If you want to follow me on Twitter, I am at lemkey619.
Brett_wings.
Cute_kitty. And if you want to join me here in just a few minutes, not a few minutes, probably like 10, 15 minutes, I'm going to be going live here on my Twitch stream because my Twitch stream is usually now.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be getting ready, and then I'm going to be doing my my regular Twitch stream for Tuesday nights. So, and that's twitch.tv/cute_kitty, KUTEKITTI.
Yep.
Play some Tomb Raider.
On a final note, I found this video from 1989, and it was Michael Keaton, and he went on Letterman, and he's talking about Batman.
Okay.
He's doing the press tour for Batman,
Mhm.
and he actually let it slip on the Late Show that Bruce Wayne / Batman finds out that the Joker killed his parents.
Wow. Well, it's kind of in the middle of the movie, right?
No.
Well, you see it.
Yeah, but yeah, I guess you do, but you don't really put it together
Okay.
until a little bit later. If I'm
Yeah,
remembering, but it's funny because he's like, I'm actually kind of giving away the plot. He said it. And I
Wow.
never knew that. Out of all the things
Nope.
the stuff you didn't know about the 1989 Batman, you never knew that part. I just thought it was very interesting.
Tom Holland, he's the new Spider-Man. He seems to let a lot of things slip like that.
Well,
Yeah, he's not allowed to have scripts.
there is a story that they never gave him a script for Endgame,
Nope.
What?
Yeah, they didn't give him a script.
and sometimes he didn't know who he was acting opposite of, so
Oh.
he wouldn't spoil anything.
Wow. Wow.
I thought you knew that.
No.
Yeah, I thought we talked about that.
I wonder how he did with Far From Home. Wonder what they did for him there.
I don't know.
Well, I don't think it's nearly
As
susceptible to
spoilerish.
spoilers.
Well, apparently there's a pretty twist ending at the end, so
They
yeah.
seem to. Maybe they just didn't tell him.
I know it's getting great reviews.
Gotta see it.
And from my friends that have seen it, there's like, how have you not seen it yet? So I'm like, oh, okay, maybe I should go.
Yep. But I think it's time we got out of here, guys. We thank everyone for joining us. It's been a great episode. We'll catch you next week. I'll make sure the camera works properly and everything, and we'll get our internet fixed here soon. So without further ado, let's get out of here.
Okay.
Thanks for joining us.
Bye.
Bye guys.
Bye.